Hi, I'm Ben,
And I'm Jack.
and we're two dumbasses. You want to tell them what we're doing today?
We're doing a nuts tier list because we both are nut connoisseurs.
We're nutty.
Yeah, we're nutty. We love nuts. We love the taste of nuts in our mouth. So we're doing a tier list for them. We're officially making it clear what nuts we like and what kind of nuts we don't like. Do we like this kind of nuts? Do we like black nuts? Do we like white nuts? You're about to find out.
Exactly.
Do we like Asian nuts?
You know, everything had a double meaning until you said that. Everything had a double meaning until you said that. All right. I think you get the idea. We're going to be reviewing everything from peanuts to cashews. I don't know, everything in between. Any type of nut you could want us to review, we're going to be reviewing.
Yeah.
I'm reaching into my little...
Macadamias.
I'm going to be starting off with macadamia nuts.
Macadamia nuts.
Now, these are a beloved type of nut that you see commonly in cookies, you know, like macadamia nut cookies. I've never actually just had them by themselves.
Neither have I. A lot of these nuts, like, I've never eaten. Like, we talked a big game about our love of nuts, but a lot of these nuts, like, I never often eat.
Take a nice little smell here. All right, let's each just grab the nut to start with.
Yep.
All right, and let's just go right into it. I mean, come on.
I thought it tasted really different initially, so I spat it out, and then I put it back in.
I did not see that. I'm just gonna say this straight up. This is not a type of nut I would ever eat on its own.
Same.
This is not that good. I'm not gonna lie here. I mean, they may be good in cookies, but man, I'm grabbing the water. This is such a bitter taste. I need to wash it out.
Yeah. I thought it was, like, absolute dog shit worthy initially. I thought it tasted completely different. No, it's not.
Twizzlers are worse.
Yeah, Twizzlers are worse. I thought it was, like, something completely different. Like, it had a sweetness to it that also just, like...
It's like a...
I thought it had, like, a sweetness to it that was just awful.
It has, like, a layer of dust surrounding it, it feels like. Like, it's coated... it was dropped on a dusty road and rolled around in the dust, and then it picked up and then put it in your mouth.
Just so that
I'm
way.
just going to start us off here. I'm putting this one in awful.
I agree. I was thinking subpar, but awful, I think, is also a fair pick.
Oh, yeah. Also, we have this line down the center now, so you can see which ones are each of ours. So this one is going straight into awful for both of us. I'm glad we're in agreement on this first one.
Yeah. All right, my turn.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to grab the assortment box.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing we have to talk about. We grabbed an assortment box full of, like, 10 different types of nuts.
Because money.
Easier.
We'll just go easy. We'll just go with regular standard peanut.
Oh, I like the play.
Just get it out of the way.
I mean, let's be honest, it's the most basic type of nut, and it does good at what it does.
Yeah. I already kind of knew where I was putting this going into this.
Yeah, me too.
In the state they are now, they're fine. That's not what I wanted to grab.
In the state, I think I'll finish what you're saying there, because I think I know what you're going to say. In the state they are now,
They're
they're
fine.
good. They're not bad. They're not amazing.
They can be made infinitely better, though.
Yeah, when you cover them with spices and salts. However, when we're doing this tier list, we're not doing anything with
we wanted all the nuts to be standard nuts.
Exactly.
We didn't want it to... We wanted natural coated nuts. We wanted our nuts to have the nut flavor giving them their flavor.
Exactly. And so we have to, like, judge all of these based off of that factor.
Yeah.
And so when you compare these to every other nut, which is also plain, I'm going to say, for me, this goes in pretty awesome, to be honest. Because although on their own...
I also agree with you.
Like, on their own, they're, like, I wouldn't eat just, like, a ton of plain, unsalted peanuts. But compared to all the other types of nuts, which are also plain and unsalted, they're going to be in pretty awesome for me.
Yeah, I think solid. I think pretty awesome, to be honest, is a good way to put them.
Nothing offensive about them at all.
Yeah.
Compared to the macadamia nuts we started with.
Nothing offensive, and I know because this list is probably going to cost us to go down more. Realistically, I think putting it pretty awesome is gonna, like, I don't want to put it in good and have
ends
there
up
be
being
something.
the best one.
Yeah, that's my. So I think that's my thought process there.
Walnuts.
Walnuts.
5 grams of protein per serving.
Yep, these are sliced because it's the only way they sold them.
Yeah, I mean, that
But
makes sense.
that just makes it. I think it's just easier so that way it's easier to chew. Can I get a whiff, real quick? Kind of smells like flour.
It does. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab one.
Actually, that's a smart play because I'm not sure if I like them or not.
Yeah.
All right. I've never had a walnut on its own either before, I don't think.
Yeah, most of these I haven't.
All right, let's try. It's almost like chewy. I wouldn't say there's anything like too bad about the flavor, but it's definitely worse than peanuts, and it's definitely better than macadamia nuts.
I think I know where I'm gonna put them. I'd have to have the macadamia nut again to decide which is worse. But I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna give these the benefit of the doubt because the macadamias were pretty bad. So I think I'm going to go with what
What's
image?
your first impression?
This is the walnut image, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your first impression?
You know, I think I'm going with mediocre.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going to go. That's exact. We've agreed on every single one so far.
Yeah.
Because, like, I tasted it. At first taste, I was like, this isn't that great. There's nothing offensive about the taste. It's a weird texture. It's kind of like chewy almost, but it wasn't bad. Like, it didn't make me want to spit it out. It wasn't hard to eat or swallow.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like something I would ever eat just by itself
The
ever again.
aftertaste kind of lingers, so I'm gonna get my water. Get a sip of water.
But yeah, mediocre is, I think, the perfect place for these. And I'm surprised we're still...
Yeah, this is the most consistent we've been this ever. This is the most consistent tier list.
The next one?
Yeah, let's go with almonds.
Ooh, almonds. These are a fan favorite of many people.
I gotta
and
find
I've
them.
never understood why they're so loved, but I don't dislike them at this.
I've never been a fan of almonds. This is one going into that I do not like.
I feel like they're overrated, but I don't feel like they're awful.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I'm not the biggest fan of almonds.
But, you know, let's just reserve judgment until after we eat.
Yeah. I don't like the consistency of it. I'm so glad that was on camera.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm in tears a little bit.
I can tell you don't like this one.
Oh. I'm gonna be real. Like, you expect me to put absolute dog shit.
I know you're not because you
Yeah, like, I'm in tears after eating them. And I'm still gonna put them in what the fuck. So that shows you, if something is in absolute dog shit, it's bad.
with almonds. After eating the walnuts and after eating the almonds and after eating the macadamia nuts, I can say, for me, significantly better than macadamia nuts.
Yeah, that is pecan.
Comparable to walnuts, but if there was a bowl of those walnuts we just ate in front of me and a bowl of the almonds that is in front of me, and I had to snack on one, I would snack on the almonds.
I need to get like some toilet paper to wipe the tears out of my eyes.
I am putting them in the good category. Corn nuts. The one no one was expecting.
Yeah. These are the organic corn nuts, not the processed ones you'll buy at like a gas station. These are organic. They're significantly less seasoned.
And so that's why we wanted to judge these ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to preface this by saying I've never been a fan of corn nuts.
I've always loved them.
I know you have. I've
Yeah.
never been a fan of the corn nuts that you get with like the... Anyway, as I was saying before that little nutty incident, I don't know. I've just never been a fan of the corn nut brand ones. Yeah. You're going straight in with all those.
I'm confident in these.
That crunchy taste, I just don't like it.
I love it. Oh,
And that weird little flavor. But I don't.
compared to macadamias,
I won't even say they're better than walnuts because I could snack on
I
these.
agree.
I would snack on them before I'd snack on peanuts. So you may be wondering why would I put them. It's because peanuts.
They're not S tier worthy. They're not unmatched by all. That comes later. They're better than peanuts though.
Yeah, you may be wondering why. Like I'm not putting them above peanuts if I think I would snack on them before peanuts. It's because these are ones that have like that signature snacky feeling to them. Like oh, I could munch on these for a while, but like I wouldn't enjoy the snacking process as I do it. You know what I mean? Like when you're just throwing stuff in your mouth without actually like enjoying it. So I'm gonna put these in good. We're still pretty close to each other on that one. Also, I'd prefer if you didn't drop nuts all over my room. I'm a fan of the corn nuts that you get with like the... just a heads up, we have the hazelnut image here, but we didn't end up getting hazelnut, so we're going to use it for Brazil nuts. So these are the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now this is one I've never had before.
Never have I. I've always been afraid to eat these.
Same. Now these are some massive nuts, okay?
I'm tempted to break it in half, just because I don't think if I'm gagging on almonds, not gonna lie, this scares me.
I've heard it's just a bigger almond.
I'll allow it.
These taste almost exactly like peanuts in a way.
They kind of got a sweetness to them.
They don't taste bad. I'm gonna say that.
Like, finish it off.
The more I'm eating, the less I'm liking them.
They got like the stinge to them.
I know where I'm putting these.
As do I.
All right.
I don't like that. Aftertaste isn't good. Ugh.
First opinion. As with like literally every other nut we've reviewed so far, I wouldn't really just eat these on their own.
Only I'd eat peanuts.
But they aren't like I've said many times before, they aren't offensive. Like the taste doesn't repulse me. It doesn't make me go ugh. So
Subpar for me.
I'm putting them right alongside walnuts and mediocre.
Subpar.
They're right on that.
I'm really tempted to boot him down to awful. If depending on what we go against later, I'd put him down with the macadamia.
They're right on that level for me where I could eat them and be like nonplussed.
I would never eat those again.
All right, it's time for my next one. This is one I've heard lots of things about before, but I've never actually tried. And I know that's weird. Like, I see them everywhere. I see ads for them all over the place.
I see the green, and I'm like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that lime green of the pistachio.
It's not even a lime green. It's like a dark...
In reality, it's not, but like they're always advertised.
Yeah, they're always
lime
making it look
green.
brighter.
Like, okay, let me just show the camera here. Look at this. Like, this just does not look appealing, does it? Take it. Don't eat it yet. We gotta go in at the same time.
You gave me it's so green. Can I have like a different one with that isn't just all green? Like,
Well, all of them are all green. Okay, let's just go in. Okay, you just gotta judge it. Okay, you ready? It may be good. You never know. This is why we're doing this tier list.
get the water ready. I'm gonna be real with you. This is making me. I feel like just because I think it's gonna be bad, I think I'm going to.
And that's what
hate it.
I'm saying is you gotta take that biased nature out. Go into it unbiased. Are you ready? Set. Go. These aren't bad.
Not at all what I was expecting.
Yeah, same. They're actually like, the aftertaste is not great, I will say that. But that's with literally every nut on here.
They're bitter. I think they're better than the Brazil nuts.
I think I might be adding another thing to the mediocre line here.
I think I hit that. Also that aftertaste. I'm starting to like the Brazil nuts better. I think they're going down with the macadamias.
Okay, let me describe them to you. There's a bit of a taste. When you first go, it's like a slightly bitter taste.
Then it stays, which I just don't like.
It's almost like the peanuts, slightly more bitter when you first bite into it. The texture is different, but the taste. Then that bitter taste slowly builds, and the other like tastes drop away until it's the only thing that's left.
I'm
and
going
it
back to
lingers in your
women.
mouth. I do not think it's even close to as bad as the macadamia nuts.
I'm going back to women.
But after sitting with these in my mouth for a while, I think I can safely put these in subpar.
Yeah, these nuts make me want to go back to women.
Pecans. Now, pecans are interesting because if you've ever had praline pecans, have you? There are pecans covered with like a layer of like sugar, like glazed almost. They're like glazed in sugar, and they taste delicious.
I've never had these before in my life.
But going off of everything else we've seen so far here today, I'm guessing the normal pecan on its own is not going to taste that great. All right, you want to cheers? God damn it! All right, go in. These are good. Not bad. Better than most of the other nuts, I will say that.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. They got a little sweetness to them.
Yep.
That I don't hate. I like that they're not too hard to chew.
Yeah, they like crumble off in your mouth.
They're going in mediocre for me.
For me, I'm going to put them right next to peanuts.
That's full.
I mean, you're only one rank under them.
Yeah.
These are not bad, I will say that. And I don't think you think they're bad either.
I'm putting them in mediocre. Compared to what we've seen today, we've seen some blasphemous nuts.
Now, this was the blasphemy. If you want to re-eat the macadamia nut, I think you might move it below the almonds.
To be fair, the macadamia is the only one we both agreed is this bad.
Yeah.
So,
Pistachios I put pretty close to you, though.
yeah, we both decided we weren't the biggest fans of pistachios.
Now, I will confess. We have cashews in here, and I forgot to print out image of cashews. So, we're just going to tell you where they go. Okay?
Verbally. This
Verbal.
isn't botched.
Okay? Yeah, it's not botched, okay? We promise. So you're just going to have to listen. You're going to have to pay attention. Okay, you ready? Cashews. Now, every time I've had cashews in like a trail mix or something like that, they've always been like the highlight nut of the trail mix, in my opinion.
The highlight, yeah, I was going to say the highlight nut. I was like, yeah, because we all know the highlights.
M&M's, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of which.
Hey, put those back over there.
I mean, we might need to wash them down. You ready?
Yep.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, they're like. I feel like they're up there with. They're right. They taste almost the same as peanuts to me.
Definitely better than walnuts.
Good. Yeah.
Definitely worse than peanuts and pecans. Like, here's what I'm going to say. Why did I take off a piece of tape? We're not even putting anything up. Here's what I'm going to say about them. So, you get these things, and they just kind of like crumble in your mouth, almost like the pistachio or the pecans, but they don't taste as good. Like, that kind of aftertaste still lingers a bit.
They don't really have much going
I still
for
have the
them.
desire to take this water and wash it out.
Yeah. The thing is, what I have is everything below good. The same thing with peanuts. Peanuts don't really do anything wrong, which is why they're so high, right? Mm-hmm. They don't really do anything wrong. And I feel like because cashews taste so much similar, I think they're also in the same boat where they just don't do anything wrong. I still prefer the peanuts, but I can't put them down with everything below. Everything below
peanuts
that.
are literally the only one on this list that don't do anything wrong, in my opinion. And so that's why they're the highest so far.
Careful.
For me. I prefer them over the corn nuts.
You don't like the way that hits your tongue?
I'm just not a big fan. Now, there's one type of nut
In my case, singular.
that we have not yet reviewed.
In his case, Double.
And it is, you guessed it,
The male genitalia.
The nut.
The male genitalia, yeah.
And we don't even have an image for this one, but we know where
We're not
it's
allowed
going.
to show an image.
Yeah, we can't show one due to demonetization, but we know where it's going.
This is why I love men.
This is why we left.
This is purely the reason why I love men.
This is why we left the top unfilled this entire time. This is why we didn't put the corn nuts, didn't
Yeah.
put the peanuts up there, because we all know what type of nut reigns supreme.
Because my right nut would be pissed if I was dishonoring my left nut by putting it any below unmatched by all. Because you know what? My left nut was a great nut.
Until the incident
He
with the
did
meat
the job
grinder.
until he was sacrificed to the meat grinder.
Can you give us a bit of backstory on this story, or is it too traumatic for you to recall? Is it like too much trauma?
Let's just say it was not an accident that caused
no.
him to end up in that
no.
meat grinder.
Every video we're getting a bit more lore on, on your left nut.
I'm not going to give away the full story, but
One piece at a time.
it was not an accident
One nut at a
that
time.
caused that left nut in that meat grinder.
To honor the left nut, they go and unmatched by all. All right, this has been a successful video. I think what this did for me, this entire process of doing this, is to reiterate how bad nuts are on their own.
Honestly, why would you ever want nuts?
Okay,
Let me
this
be real.
one-
If we had peanut butter as any of these, it's going in unmatched by all.
all of these
Yeah.
could all get compressed down into the subpar section, except for maybe peanuts, which would be mediocre.
Yeah.
They're not good.
No.
Not a single one of these is good.
Except testicles. Why is testicles the only kind of corn nuts though? Yeah.
You add some spice, you add some sugar, you add some salt, they get infinitely better. But on their own, no thank you.
No.
And
I've heard pistachio ice cream is good. I've never tried peanut butter. We all love peanut butter.
And that's when they added a lot of sugar, though. Exactly. You have to add something to make nuts
It's
good.
grinded. It's compressed.
So this is just a testament to the fact that pistachios, macadamia nuts especially, don't eat them on their own. Okay.
Almonds.
The only type of nut you should eat on their own is the unmatched by all type.
You know what? I'm gonna finally say it. Fuck almonds.
Anyway, I guess that's about it. You've learned today how bad nuts are. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.